I think what the main failure is Western countries and liberal democracies don't understand the Soviet mindset, the Soviet thinking, which is 100 years ahead. They're willing to get through millions of Russians until they take this country, until they take the rest of Europe. And we're thinking in a tiny short-term strategy that we can just temporarily hold peace just to see how it goes. And I think that's the sort of the main difference between what's going on here. And so, yeah, putting British troops on the ground, we have a government that changes every 4 years. Probably the next government promises, because of Russian propaganda, would say that we'll take our troops home and we'll just let everything go. But every single time that the West has had any kind of peace promises with Russia, it's ended in chaos. In 2009, Hillary Clinton stood with Sergei Lavrov and she had a big red button and she said, we're going to hit this button and we're going to reset our relationship with Russia. We're going to forget about the bad days of the Cold War. We're going to forget about all of that horrible stuff and we're going to renew our relationship with peace. Well, look what happened next. We had the invasion of Crimea. We had the Donetsk People's Republic set up and the disruption that happened there. And we had Russia wage a hybrid war all across the rest of Europe. And so every single time there's any mention of peacekeeping or guarantees in this country, Ukraine has been betrayed by the West every time. Even in 1994, this country had the third largest nuclear arsenal on the planet, and they gave it up. And I visited the museum and I saw those silos where those nuclear weapons are now gathering dust. And Ukraine promised to give it up for peace, for these sanctions. And look what happened now. The only security guarantees right now is the West realizing that the only way that Ukraine can survive is if Russia is destroyed economically. Russia will not stop doing what it's doing until it can't afford to do it anymore. And the West has the power to do that. The West can do more sanctions, and the West can also sanction India, which trades all of its oil. If Russia can't afford to pay soldiers to kill Ukrainians, this would stop in days. That's the only way to stop Russia. Anything else is genuinely just a delay tactic to allow Russia to rearm. And I think that's possible. I'm extremely hopeful for Ukraine. I think this country will survive, and it has for so long, and it will be a success story.